Hello everyone, my name is Icha and I'm a third year MBBS student from GMC Jalgaon. My second year result was announced in the last month and I got distinction in all the three subjects with a score of 733 or 900, that is 81%. So in this video, I am going to give you all some tips about how to approach microbiology as a subject in second year. We'll first get a gross idea about what the syllabus of microbiology is. Then we'll talk about the books that you should refer in microbiology and also the video lecture resources that you all should use. Okay. I'll also talk about how to present your paper in microbiology, and I'll also talk about how to study for practicals in microbiology. So make sure that you watch the video till the end. I've also made a video about how to study pathology in second year, so please check that out on my channel, and in the future I'll be making a video about how to study for pharmacology, so subscribe to my channel. Now let's start the video by talking about the syllabus of microbiology. Grossly speaking, microbiology can be divided into general microbiology, then immunology and systemic microbiology. In general microbiology, you have to study general bacteriology, general virology, mycology and general parasitology. In systemic microbiology, you have to study the microbiological aspect of the diseases of each and every system of the body. Immunology consists of antibody reaction, immunodeficiency disorders, autoimmune diseases, etc. Immunology is almost the same in microbiology and pathology. Okay, now that you all have a gross idea about what the syllabus of microbiology is, let's talk about the book that you should refer in microbiology. I personally referred Apurv Shastri throughout the year. It is an excellent book. Before talking about how to read it as a book, we'll talk about the video lecture resources. What I used to do was I used to watch a video lecture prior reading the book. It used to save a lot of my time because book didn't seem new to me after watching a video lecture. Okay, and watching a video lecture also makes you comfortable with that particular topic and you don't feel that afraid to read that topic from the book. Video lecture resource that I used for studying microbiology was Microbiology Video Lectures by Dr. Preeti Sharma ma'am. She's a faculty from Prep Ladder and she's excellent at teaching microbiology. She gives you mnemonics and makes sure that the topic is simplified to you in the best way possible, and her notes are a short copy of Apurv Shastri. Okay, now there's one very common doubt among students: in what sequence do we have to watch video lectures and from whichever platform that you have subscribed. Okay, so first complete all the general wale videos, that is first complete the general bacteriology videos, also watch the sterilization and disinfection wala video along with that, and watch the video lectures about general virology, general mycology and general parasitology. I think these video lectures will give you a general idea about how the bacteria, viruses, fungi and parasites are there, and it will make the subsequent microbiology a bit easier for you. Okay, after watching the video lectures, go for reading book. Simultaneously आपको immunology के video lectures देखने हैं. Let's talk about how to study systemic pathology. Most of the online available platforms, microbiology has been divided into bacterio, viro, myco and parasitology separately. All the bacteria have been clumped together in the bacteriology section. So goes for fungi, virus and parasites. But as I said earlier, in the book, system-wise microbiology has been given. For example, the chapter mentioning the cardiovascular system consists of bacteria, viro, myco and parasito of that particular system. Do we have to read everything, how to read the book and what all video lectures should we watch for systemic microbiology. So guys, you do not have to read each and everything that is given in the book. For Maharashtra students, I want to tell you guys that there's one PDF called as Bhalani. Mentions all the important topics based on the previous year questions. And for the students belonging to any other states, please ask your seniors about the important topics that are repeated in examinations. I am going to give you all a link to Bhalani in the description box, so make sure that you check it out. We were talking about CVS, right? In Bhalani, they have mentioned each and every topic that is important in CVS, from bacteriology section, from viro, myco and parasito. For example, if you see Leptospira is an important topic from CVS. Leptospira is a spirochete, right? Then from the spirochete wala video lecture, watch the Leptospira part. First, complete all the topics that are given in Bhalani very thoroughly, and if time allots, you may go for reading other topics. It may sound complicated to you, but try this method and it will save a lot of your time. And yes, it's not compulsory to watch a video lecture. If you are able to understand things by reading directly from the book, then that's also fine. Okay. If you are reading any topic from the book, make sure that you are reading the lab diagnosis part very thoroughly. There's one small box in Apurv Shastri before lab diagnosis of each and every organism. In that, the lab diagnosis has been shortened. So, वो thoroughly read कर लो, and then you may go on expanding those points by reading the further lab diagnosis. Lab diagnosis is important, but etiopathogenesis of that particular organism is equally important. So make sure that you read it thoroughly as well. In case you're finding it difficult to memorize things, use mnemonics. Repeated revision is surely very important for microbiology, and don't sideline it as a subject because it will be useful for you studying medicine in the future. Now let's talk about how to present paper in microbiology. Microbiology is a really easy subject if you memorize each and everything very thoroughly. If the question asks about the etiopathogenesis of a particular disease, please mention it in a flowchart format or point-wise format. And for writing the lab diagnosis, please memorize the Apurv Shastri table that I talked earlier and write the lab diagnosis in that particular sequence. If you aren't able to remember anything, it's fine to write Martitov and Wojtek, but उससे पहले जितना specific आपको याद आता है उतना लिखो. And also try to include diagrams. Now you all people will say, what all diagrams should we draw in microbiology? Yes, the diagrams are less, but in parasito you should know all the diagrams of the eggs, cysts, the larvae, the worms, etc. Also try to include graphs in some lab diagnosis reports. For example, in hepatitis, the serum level of all the antigens, you all should draw graph, and drawing graph will surely get you good marks. Also try to use color pencils in case of agar plates. If a bacteria is lactose fermenting, then use a pink color, then you may draw a pink colored agar plates. Also in case of gram positive and gram negative bacteria, you may draw the diagram showing the purple colored gram positive and pink colored gram negative, etc. This will make your paper more presentable and it will surely impress the examiner. And like I always say, not leave any question unattempted. Okay. Even if you don't know anything about the question, please write something related to it. Now we'll talk how to study for microbiology practical grossly, because microbiology practicals are conducted in different manners in different colleges. So we'll just discuss upon this topic very grossly. Practicals usually consist of gram staining and Zn staining. You all should know about the steps of the gram and Zn staining. You all should be able to perform these stains and focus it under the microscopes. Staining is usually taught in colleges, or you may watch some videos demonstrating staining from YouTube. Okay. And for Viva related to staining, please read the chapter mentioning stains from Apurv Shastri very thoroughly. So if you read the book, then the Viva for gram and Zn staining will be sorted for you guys. Now let's talk about the PPE related practical. For PPE related practical, you all should know the donning and doffing techniques of the PPE kit. You may watch videos from YouTube about how to don and doff the PPE equipment. There's one chapter called as hospital acquired infections in Apurv Shastri, so please do read it for Viva, because सिर्फ donning and doffing demonstrate करना is not a part of the practical. They also ask you questions regarding the types of hospital acquired infection, what all organisms cause those. They also ask about the steps you all should follow while washing your hands. They may also ask about the needle stick injury, सर्जिकल साइट इन्फेक्शन, एनीथिंग रिलेटेड टू इट. सो वो वाला यूनिट अच्छे से पढ़ लो. नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द ट्रे वाइवा पार्ट. ट्रे वाइवा एज इन देयर इज वन ट्रे दैट कंसिस्ट्स ऑफ डिफरेंट agar plates, vaccines, test kits, etc. So the examiner asks you to identify something that is kept in front of you, and then the viva goes in that direction. So for agar plates, like I said before, Apurv Shastri is very important. Apurv Shastri से agar की सब थियोरी पढ़ लो, और फिर उससे तो आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना भी इजी हो जाएगा, और उसके रिलेटेड जो भी वाइवा में क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाए आप वो इजीली आंसर कर सकोगे. सो प्लीज़ रीड द अगार वाला पार्ट फ्रॉम अपूर्व शास्त्री. If vaccines are asked in your practicals, then you all should know about the vaccination schedule, its dosage format, the site at which it should be administered, and also the adverse effect that can be caused by the vaccine. All these are basic questions and the examiner will surely ask you these. Okay, there are several test kits that the examiner may show you. It may consist of VDRL or some rapid test kit. So first they ask you to identify the test kit, and then they ask you about the antigen antibody reaction that is taking place in that particular test kit. So अपूर्व शास्त्री से antigen antibody वाला chapter अच्छे से पढ़ लो. They may ask you anything regarding it. Okay. In our college, there were things like vector transport medium. They used to ask us about the significance of VTM. Then there were bags, medical waste wale bags. So should know about what all things should be kept in what bags, and how do we, decompose or dispose of the waste that is present in a particular bag. Okay. Now talking about the stool and peripheral blood smear examination, you are asked to draw the eggs or cysts, or in peripheral blood smear you are asked to draw the larvae of related viva is taken. So you all should be thorough with questions like what all organisms are seen in peripheral blood smear. All should know the lab diagnosis, how they appear in PBS, etc. And in stool examination, the whole parasitology section should be very thorough. They may ask you anything. There are also specimens of different larvae. So the teacher may point towards that specimen and ask you to identify that. So वो भी आपको आना चाहिए. और interpretation of lab reports, organism का lab diagnosis अच्छे से thorough होना चाहिए. Then it will be very easy for you guys to interpret that lab report, and related viva is also taken. It was a gross idea on how to study for microbiology practicals. So this brings us to the end of the video. I hope that I have covered each and everything that is required for studying microbiology. If not, you may ask me doubts in the comment section and I'll try to answer those. Thank you.